Hello viewers, here is a Euroaire desk fan. I can't remember if I've ever done a video on this fan or not, and it's kind of outrageous because this was one of the very first fans I ever had, and so it certainly should be recorded. I can't remember exactly when or how this came about. I'm fairly certain that my grandmother bought it for me. It would have been in the late 90s, and I remember using this fan in the bedroom. At the time we would have had this fan. I remember having that Holmes single window fan, the 3-speed reversible one, that was in the bathroom. And then we had the Holmes twin window fan with the purple blades, and we had the Lasco 3733 box fans, and just one of them. And those was the 4 fans that I remember when we first were starting out, or I was first starting out existing. And that was in the first house. We had all those fans. So anyways, this is probably a product of the late 90s. Oh, we do have a date code on here. It's from December of 1998, so assuming my grandmother got it, she probably bought it in the summer of 1999. And this is a 6-inch, 15 centimeters, or sim desk fan. It is the model number KH-06R2. And it's rated for 120 volts, 60 hertz, 0.4 amps, which is totally not 15 watts. This is one of those shaded pole C-frame motors of highly inefficient fans. And of course, and unfortunately, it was made in China. Made in China. Join one electric. Join one what? One product made in China and broken in America? Shen Zhen Limited. And as did all the fans that were at my grandmother's house in like the early 2000s or so. They all have this tag. I discovered those labels in the closet or something one day, and I put them on all the fans that were at my grandparents' house. I think there's still one of those tags on the GE box fan, and maybe the SMC and the Lasco oscillating table fans. This fan had a whole bunch of stickers all over it at one point. I don't remember exactly what they were. They were on there for some time, and then they was removed. It kind of damaged the branding there, but otherwise it looks like there's no sticky residue on there. I had this on the bedside table when I first got it, and I had a plant on the table as well. And I remember there was a freak show because I don't know, I was moving it around or whatever, and the plant, one of the leaves went into the fan while it was running. And I got all cut up, and that was a little freak show. But anyway, that's my earliest memory of this fan, with the plant incident. And I remember using this fan a lot at my grandmother's house a couple years after that. And then I kind of stopped using it. I got other fans that were more practical. But it still works. It works just fine. I always kind of liked it. It's a neat fan. Yellow was one of the few colors I kind of can see correctly, and so I think that's why my grandmother got me this one. I always used to be drawn to stuff that was yellow. They had a forsythia bush. He doesn't flower that much anymore, but he used to have these really great yellow flowers on it that I always liked. I think this has faded over the years, or perhaps my vision is just getting worse, but it doesn't seem like it's quite as stark yellow as it used to be. Could very well be a combination of both, although down here it's kept out of the sunlight, so it shouldn't be fading. Anyways, it's got a polarized plug, no fuse, earlier than that, and it's by What does that say? Speaking of deteriorating vision, it says, let's see, young chime. Okay, let's just plug it in. And we'll start off on the low. And here we go. First tripod kick for this production. Cannot go a single video without doing that. It's a fairly quiet fan. Pretty average in performance for one of these fans. I haven't used this in a long time. I don't know if the bearings are... Did that just take out the breaker? For heaven's sakes, it did. Oh, good grief. Okay, so clearly we're having a problem with this fan. Seems to be working. Oh, nope, there it goes again. So something wrong with the switch. I guess we're going to have to take this switch apart and figure that out. Well, let's see if I can get it on the high without it tripping anything else out. I kind of vaguely remembered as having some problems. But not quite this bad. I don't know what's going on there. Now it's on high. Wish it wasn't so loud in here for this particular video so we could hear what it sounds like. It's not super powerful, but if you were sitting right in front of it, it certainly moves enough air to be comfortable. And I'm just going to unplug it because I don't want to mess with that switch and have the breaker keep going out. I got to fix that. Spin down time is pretty good. I do recall at one point I oiled this with my grandfather and the spin down time got really long. And it still was pretty long, despite not having been used in a very long time. It does have it's got a tilt adjustment there, so you can change the angle. So that's that, the Euroaire desk fan. One of the very first fans I ever had.